Hi, this is Joe DiMaggio for Adorama TV. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about storage.
Adorama TV presents Visual Impressions with Joe DiMaggio, where you will learn to create compelling and imaginative photography. Here's your host, Joe DiMaggio.
In the day, this used to be storage, film. We used to make photographs on film. Most everything we did was color, transparency film. A lot of people shot negative. Black and white, obviously, was shot negative. This was the initial storage. From this came this type of storage right here, this. And these are slides. Over the years, with our two photographers, we've maintained well over 1 million transparencies. And inventorying them and keeping them in order is very difficult. And considering we stopped shooting slides about 12 years ago, I'm now going back and actually trying to go through this material for my memoirs and for my book that I'm doing. If I had any doubt of going into the world of digital, kicking and screaming, which I did, kicking and screaming, approximately 12, 15 years ago, I stumbled across one of Joanne Kalish's assignments from Sports Illustrated. And I'd like to read to you the instructions that she gave the Time Life Lab as she turned in her film, which was aired to the New York office. Let me just read for you. Enclosed, you'll find 2 rolls of Kodachrome, KR 64, process normal. 12 rolls Ektachrome 160 type B, 36 exposure, rated at 640. Please, 640 only on those rolls of film, metered towards the center of the frame. 18 rolls Ektachrome 200 ASA, no push, no push, no push. She repeated it 3 times. ASA 200, separate bag. Then 9 rolls Ektachrome 400, rated at 1600, asterisk 1600. 2-stop push, 2-stop push. Please make sure you push, 2 stops. Those were the directions for one assignment for Joanne Kalish. You got to be out of my mind. I got to be out of my mind when you realize what we had to do in the day to actually get an assignment done. We had several different types of film and different exposures, different ASAs, pushes, no pushes, pulls, etc. Absolutely, totally amazing. So that was storage of the old days. Today, this is the storage we're using. Okay, flash drives. And the flash drives we put in the camera, and from that it goes into the computer with a flash drive, and then it goes into a hard drive with a flash drive, and then it goes into, in the case of my system, the Weeby Tech unit or the CR unit, which is a 16 terabyte unit for permanent storage that's a RAID 5. So that's where we're going. That's what we're going to be talking about, is how to preserve all of the art that you've done, all of the photography that you've done, to make sure your grandchildren get to see it and your great-grandchildren get to see it. The first computer that we had didn't have a hard drive. It had a floppy disk. It didn't have a hard drive. This was the hard drive. And then I remember we got our first hard drive. The first hard drive we got, and this is a reenactment, was a hard drive which was about this big, and it connected to the computer, and it was 50 megs. That's 50 megs, okay? And so things started to progress after that. They started to build hard drives into computers. We started to use up more and more space, and we then moved to storing things permanently now, on discs like this, a CD. And you'd make 100, 200, 300 CDs and actually inventory some of your photography on CDs. Not very cost effective and certainly takes up an awful lot of space. Not as much as slides and negatives, but it does take up a lot of space. And then there was an evolution, and the evolution came about were DVDs. And DVDs would hold 4.7 gigabytes of information on a single, or double that on a double, but pretty much no one ever used the doubles. And these became the permanent solution to storage for a while. Then we went to standalone hard drives. And these were, I guess, what are these? 300 gigs. 300 gigs, okay? And from there, we went to ones that were a little larger, and 500. Now, if you go into the archives of the studio in my private office, we have approximately 45 or 50 of these, ranging from 300 up to, I think, 2 terabytes right now. That's what we have. And again, not the best possible way to kind of store information, especially things that need to be really done and done for hopefully a long, long time. So what you have to do is you're constantly changing what you're going to put it on, and the technology changes. I mean, at some point, the new computers don't have DVD burners or CD burners built into them. They don't have them at all, so it's just not going to work. So what have we done? We've now moved to flash drives, flash technology. This little flash drive, which is only 1 gig, they go up to, I believe, 256 gigs just in a flash drive. And this will hold virtually every bit of information we had in our first Apple or Dell computer for a whole year, okay? So this is kind of amazing, just this, and just put it in your pocket. You could virtually carry the whole computer around with you in your front pocket. I discovered something, I guess, when I was doing my, working on my first documentary, that everything had to go into a RAID system. Without a RAID system, you don't have a system. So you have to have backup on top of backup on top of backup. And what we actually went to was the RTX unit, the CRU unit, which is probably, in my opinion, the best unit available. There are about 7, 8, or 9 different brands out there. They're all excellent, they're all good. But what I prefer is, and I believe it's called the CRU unit. And let me just give you an idea what that looks like. That is this puppy here, okay? And the name of this is CRU RTX. These are RAID 5 units, and this will hold 4 3-terabyte hard drives. So we'll take bare drives and we'll load them in here. If there is a failure, whatever failure there may be, the first thing that IT people will tell you is hard drives fail, okay? I'm not an IT guy, but I've learned one thing: hard drives will fail. Doesn't make any difference what brand it is. Eventually they'll fail. It's just the nature of the beast. So with the RAID 5 system, you just simply take the drive that failed, replace it, and probably within about 48 hours, all of your zeros or ones and all of your important photographs and documents will be replaced. So that's absolutely critical. So this is one unit that we use. We also use the 2-gun unit, which is used for daily work every day, and it's rated and backed up all the time. Now, in another facility, okay, in another part of the Learning Center, we have the RTX 16 terabyte unit. And that's 8 bays of space, all rated to, again, RAID 5. And I intentionally picked that. It's not the fastest, but it'll get me the most amount of bang for my buck. And that is, and that has its own server to it. So that's what we're doing now as far as storage is concerned, and we're trying to back up everything all the time. And now, on the road, okay, so when we go on the road, and we're gonna be leaving for a 22-day trip to Europe, we're gonna take something like this. Who would ever believe that this is a portable unit plug it into the Apple computer or a Dell computer or whatever computer you're using, and it's a rated unit, and it's 2 terabytes. So it doesn't get better than that. It's small. It can fit right in my carry-on. And the name of this is Tough Tech, which is also made by CRU. And I think you could tell me this. There's enough storage on this. I'm pretty sure that this is about the equivalent power of an IBM 360 back in the 60s. I think it has that ability. Certainly a MacBook Pro or the new Dell units or an iPad. It holds all the video you need, all the stills you need, all the music you need, and occasionally you can make a phone call with it. So this is Joe DiMaggio for Adorama TV. I should tell you that if you have an opportunity, go to Adorama Learning Center. It's a great place to learn more about photography. The people at Adorama genuinely care about you as photographers. They like the fact that you're a client or a customer, but they also really like the fact that you're a great photographer and you're going to get better. So this is Joe DiMaggio for Adorama TV. Again, thank you so much.
Adorama TV is brought to you by Adorama, your best source for the equipment and knowledge you need. For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. Place your order by 7 p.m. and it ships the same day. Plus, the next time you're in New York City, be sure to visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. Check out the Adorama Rental Company for professional cameras, lighting, computers, and more. We'll help you make the best selection to match your needs while giving you the knowledge to achieve the best outcome from your rental. Adorama is your complete solution for equipment, printing, training, and more. Adorama, more than a camera store.